Welcome back into Car Shield TV. PAMA Labeda Golden Knights Mission Black Ice. Chris Treff along with downtown George Brown. And this is an understatement, but it's a big game for both teams. The puck is down and we're underway. This could decide a lot in these teams' pool going forward. Pascali's got DiMartino up ahead, finds him. PJ DiMartino goes back for Pascali. He shoots and scores.
Treff, you always forgetting me.
Well, because you're always eating or doing something with your mic.
That's fine, but you're forgetting me. 2-0 Carolina. Pretty early, quick start here for Black Ice.
Face-off one by Black Ice. It was a beautiful play. Pascali, the goal scorer, over to Kozlo. Kozlo finds Cal Kafuk. Now to Pascali. Pascali tries to send it down low. Hits start of the referee. Now it's played up. Slow start here for PAMA as they trail. It's fired back by Junior Cadiz as the Golden Knights reset. Garrett Haar behind the net for PAMA. Gives it to John Seamer. Back to Haar. To the near boards for Savage. Return feed to Haar. Pass to the left wing for Savage. He moves up the floor. Now to John Seamer. Long shot, looking for a deflection, missed, but Machinsky gets a blocker on it nonetheless. Blake Rayfield between the pipes for PAMA here, George.
Yeah, I don't know what the decision was here. I don't know if they're giving TNT rest, if they're planning on giving him the last round robin game and riding him into playoffs. I don't know. We'll have to get some coverage on that one.
Once again, it's not by any means a shot at Blake Rayfield. He's a great goalie, but TNT's their normal go-to guy. Or maybe they think Black Ice has been struggling. It's a good time to...
I don't think that's the thought process.
That's me overthinking. Nate Gerger behind the net for Black Ice. Gives it off to Tyler Kraft. Kraft moves up the floor, puts on the brakes far side. Now drops it. Healy a shot, and that one is stopped by Rayfield. John Seamer now. Heading up the floor. The former Greenville Swamp Rabbit, John Seamer. Now Echeverry. Pass to the right side for Oleski. Back to Echeverry. Gets to the red line and now turns back. Feeds it off to Osterkamp. PAMA's really slowed down the pace of this game. Pass for Oleski. Now Osterkamp. Back to Oleski. Could not cut through the Black Ice defense, who's been playing very patiently defensively here. Now up to Schultz. Back to DiMartino. DiMartino up to Pascali. Pascali toe drag, shoots. That one goes over top of the net. And then it's chipped up and out of play. roller hockey, so no delay of game penalty
That
there.
definitely would have been if it was the NHL. Black Eyes controlling the play. Not many chances here for PAMA yet. And we're over 4 in. Sorry. Yeah, over 4 in.
Face-off one by Black Ice. As they move back into their own zone to set up the breakout. DiMartino. Out from behind the goal. Here he comes. PJ DiMartino. Slow pace here, George.
It has been. I don't think either team wants to make that first mistake.
DiMartino chops at the puck. Gets upended from his knee, still trying to come away with this. And with help from Kafuk, they do.
Both teams came out of the gate skating hard, and it was just at one end play broken up, and Black Eyes comes back and finishes at the other end. But after that, the game is slowed to a crawl.
DiMartino gives it off to Kraft. Kraft up the floor. He shoots. That one misses wide. Hits off the boards and caroms all the way back to center. Junior Cadiz, a saucer pass up for Chavera, but he couldn't get the shot away. Chavera fires it off the glass. Now Cadiz. Cadiz, drop pass for Savage. It's a bobbling puck. He eventually handles it and fires it back into his own end. Now here comes PAMA. Brought up by Riffy. The man formerly known as Darren Nowick for a couple games. Riffy. Out from behind the net, pass to Garrett Haar. Haar in front for Savage. He runs out of space and ends up behind the net. Chinsky loses his goal stick as Black Ice heads the other way. Tyler Kraft. Drop pass for Kozlow. Kozlow into the slot. Big slap shot. That one's blocked, comes back to him. At the half wall, Kozlow. Rifles one back into his own zone. It's Matt Gerger with the puck. 1-0 Black Ice lead. It's a Billy Pascali goal. Matt Gerger. Up for Kozlow. Back for Matt Gerger. Now to Kozlow again. Pass finds Healy. Here comes Riffy now. Riffy cuts inside outside, but runs out of space. Now he turns and fires one back into his own zone.
They say it set somebody on the bench?
That's what they were saying. PAMA said it didn't touch anybody, and they're going to face off at center. PAMA had clear possession, so that's why they're upset.
And now they don't.
They lose the ensuing face-off. Jogiel. Leaves it for Nate Gerger. Pass comes up to Jogiel. Cuts away from a couple of PAMA skaters. Now he turns it over. Gonzalez. Drop pass for Osterkamp. Long shot. Machinsky makes the save. It's loose in front. Bouncing around. And it's chipped wide as Machinsky misses as he tried to cover it. Gonzalez. Smacks it off the boards. Puck comes to center. Oleski's there.
Tough shift for Jogiel.
Osterkamp gives the puck to Oleski. Oleski sends one towards the front. Echeverry just chipped it wide. Now controlled by big Nate Gerger with 8:55 left in the first. Shots on goal are 3 apiece, and the lone mistake for PAMA was an odd man rush in the first minute of the game. That's the only goal we have so far. Comes Billy Pascali. He scored that goal. Watched by Chavera as he comes into the zone. Pascali puts on the brakes and fires it back into his own end. Pascali's behind the defense. They fire it up, and it's blocked. Pascali might have made too much noise than he was hoping, because it also made aware to PAMA. Jordan Thomas loses his footing. He's battling with Pascali. Now he wins that
game we
battle.
saw Jordan Thomas had 2 goals in that game.
He looked sharp yesterday.
A 9-4 win against the Liberty.
Random thought, but is it the Liberty or Liberty? Just think about it, right? It's weird.
I mean, most nicknames can have the in front of it, like the Golden Knights or Golden Knights.
Yeah, but it has an S. But if the name doesn't have an S, that's where it gets tricky. Chavera, wrist shot, that one's blocked.
Yeah.
Like you say, it's a great game for the Minnesota Wild. I guess that one's different. Because that's like a thing, as opposed to Liberty as an idea, right? I might be overanalyzing this.
You might be. But they're no longer...
It just sounds weird. It sounds weird when you say...
They're no longer an idea when it's a team.
Like when you say the Liberty, it just sounds weird to me. I don't know why. Here comes Billy Pascali looking to increase the Black Ice lead. Pass to the back door. DiMartino shoots and scores. Top shelf, beautiful shot from DiMartino. And it is 2-0 Black Ice.
Odd man rushers right now is where Black Ice is making the difference. If you're PAMA, you got to get a hold of this thing quick, because there's nothing that Rayfield could have done about any one of those goals scoring them so far.
No. Thomas McCullum wouldn't have stopped either of those. No. I would say he's probably one of the best roller hockey goalies out there, right? Troy Redmond, McCullum.
Yeah.
Don't see McCullum as often because he's a great ice hockey player too. Not that Redmond wasn't, but... Scott Savage.
Pascali now on both goals.
Savage tries to poke it towards the front. It's blocked. And it's John Seamer with it. Seamer from a bad angle nearly stuffed it home, but Machinsky's there. Now here's what Black Ice needs to do. Yesterday they had a 2-0 lead and a 3-1 lead, and they blew it. So you know that's on their minds right now. So the next goal's huge. 3-0 versus 2-1. It's a massive difference. Seamer wants to make it 2-1. Centers it's blocked by Tiefenworth. Tiefenworth up the floor. Cuts to the middle. Fakes the shot. Looks. Shoots. He scores! A great shot from KJ Tiefenworth. And just as we talked about it, he makes it 3-0. 5:55 left in the first.
Every time it either goes to 2 or 3-0, Tommy TNT goes from the middle of the bench to the end of the bench. I don't know what that means, but...
I mean, he might just be moving around. You know how TNT is.
Yeah.
And Tiefenworth is battling a little bit of an injury. I'm not sure what it is. I didn't want to ask. But he's not feeling 100%, but he looked 100% on that last play. That was a pretty goal.
Yeah, it was. 3-0 lead for Black Ice on PAMA here in the first period.
Pass to Osterkamp. See the replay there. Pretty one from KJ. Gonzalez. Giving this puck to Echeverry. Muro being very vocal today. Not that he's ever quiet, but
Yeah, never.
you know he was frustrated after blowing those leads yesterday against the Mudcats. Osterkamp drops it for Oleski. Right side. Osterkamp in front, deflected wide. Puck goes down low. Brought up the boards. Gonzalez throws his man into the wall.
Seeing that Rayfield is seen as a backup, do you think Black Ice took offense to maybe the fact that they started him instead of TNT?
I don't think so. Oleski, nice move, breaks in, shoots. Machinsky to save the rebound, sitting high and wide by Gonzalez. Pass out high, misses Oleski, race for the puck. Rayfield comes way out. Falls down, but look at that pass. Right on the tip, shot, pad, stopped by Machinsky. Well, I think Jerry's stick broke. That's why he didn't get good wood on that. Healy in, backhand shot, it's blocked.
Man, great save by Machinsky, number one. Number two, great pass by Rayfield.
Like that pass, I was about to make fun of him for falling down and just getting rid of it, but it was tape to tape with velocity. Pass finds Tyler Kraft. Remember, he took that big bump at Torres as he went flying to the inboard, so he's probably not feeling 100% either. Matt Gerger chipped that puck into the corner. Gets to it.
Yeah, his knee swole up big time.
So he's probably not skating like what he's used to. Doesn't look it, though. You wouldn't know, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Especially yesterday. Here's Cal Kafuk. Kraft behind the net. Still just hanging out. Looks like the Rangers are on the board in their series against the Hurricanes. Kraft fires one off the boards. Kozlow collects. Puck sent back into the zone. Here comes PAMA. Flung to the far side. They find Riffy. Puck's wrapped around the boards. Savage will get to it. Now Savage heads up the middle of the floor. Off for John Seymour. John Seymour fakes the shot. Now he takes it. He scores. A pretty shot from John. He makes it 3-1.
Shot Chinny would probably like to have back at 3-0. That's a shot that you probably don't mind allowing. TNT is now in net. TNT comes in for Rayfield.
It's weird timing.
Maybe he was coming in at the intermission, but now that they're within two, he comes in now.
Maybe TNT was hurt or wasn't feeling well, and he's like, hey, I got it.
Who knows? My only assumption is the fact that he didn't want to have TNT playing every single game of the tournament. And maybe if they're looking for a long run in the playoffs, maybe that's what they're looking at.
They got to get there. Slap shot by Har goes wide. DiMartino splits the D with a pass to Kafuk. Well, TNT, you know he's in net because he's playing defense right now.
Because here's the thing, and you're right, they got to get there because they have one win they lose this one, they got to play the Mudcats. And Liberty still has a game left. Their last game comes up in 2 games. So the 4 playoff teams could be decided after the next Liberty game if the Liberty don't defeat Envious Rinkrat.
TNT leaves it behind the goal. Echeverry. In case you haven't heard, George, JP Lamoya has been suspended for a game.
Wow. Wow.
For that hit after they reviewed it. Echeverry. Over for Osterkamp. Long range wrist shot. He scores!
Wow. That's all because of a screen in front.
6 seconds left. Tyler Gonzalez won't get on the score sheet, but he was the reason that went in. He was all up in Machinsky's grill.
Can you cue that up for me again, please? I think that's Osterkamp in front on the screen. If we can get that queued up, that'd be great.
Osterkamp had the shot. Gonzalez was screening in front.
Gonzalez, okay. Wow, late. And here's the... So we'll wait for it to come back out the other end.
See Gonzalez right there, 1-7.
Wow, yeah. Huge screen. And a great seeing eye shot. It makes it all the way through. And that's the end of 1 period, Trev. Man.
Oh, how the tides have turned from 3-0 to 3-2 in an instant.
Wow. Man, oh, man. And you could hear from the bench, nothing late from the Black Ice bench. Well, that didn't work, but, man.
They didn't give up much nothing late. Yeah, they gave up a goal, but, I mean, they did everything right for all intents and purposes.
But 2 shots from very far out. I guess Chinny saw both of them late, probably. Would not have expected that after the domination early from Black Ice. Would not have expected it to be a 3-2 game at this point.
No. Jay Muro talking to his bench right now, probably saying, all right, let's not do this again. And this lead is bigger at 3-0. Now 3-2.
Let's see how both teams come out here, because Black Ice dominated the beginning of the first period. At 3-1, TNT came in the game and has not seen a shot since he's been in. But he came in with 1:21 left after PAMA scored their first goal from John Seamer. So in that last 1:21, he didn't see a shot. But let's see what happens, because he still hasn't felt the puck yet.
Still curious as to what happened with all that. Pass comes to Junior Cadiz. Now he advances up the floor. Pass for Chavera. Back for Cadiz. Nifty pass, but it was behind Cadiz. Now it's Jordan Thomas. Pascali forces a turnover. Gets to the red line, where it's taken by DiMartino. Pass up for Pascali. Pascali, look at that burst of speed. Enters the zone. Makes a bit of a hack there. Black Ice don't get the penalty call that they want. Pascali sticks broken in half. Indirect pass off the boards. Then the puck is shot up and out of play.
Did it go right into the bench?
I believe so. It looks like we have a Travis Bakina sighting. .16:44 left in the second. Puck fired back into the black ice zone. All right, here comes Tiefenworth. Long range shot. TNT makes the save and plays it to the corner. Oh, he's seen some plastic now. Makes a nice stop there. Garrett Hart turns it to the near boards with a feed that finds Riffy.
We've only had one shot in this period so far. We're only 2 minutes in. But now at 3-2, it feels like the beginning of a game, and now it's a feeling out process again.
Now PAMA doesn't want to give up anything.
Right.
There's Tiefenworth the other direction for black ice.
And PAMA's back a lot more desperate now with 3 men in the zone.
Nate Gerger out high. Tiefenworth, big slap shot and a pad stop made by TNT. Scott Savage will leave it behind the goal.
I love how the new logo says Stanley Cup qualifiers.
Yeah.
Nah, you ain't make the playoffs yet, bro.
Yeah. We'll call it Stanley Cup playoffs when you get there. Hard to the front of the net. Machinsky makes 2 stops on Gonzalez.
Good job by Chinny to close that up down there because he was going for the tip 5 hole. Chinny was hip to it.
Gonzalez has been
all in Machinsky's grill.
Yeah. All up on his chin. Just right in his face all game long. What? Kozlow. Hanging out patiently behind the net. Giving me more time to think of cheesy puns. DiMartino sends it off the boards to himself. Here he comes, DiMartino into his offensive zone.
That's that
Looking
first.
at goal. There's the far side. Healy, a backhand shot. Pad stop made.
That's that first move you can't allow DiMartino to beat you on.
DiMartino gets his stick lifted. And it's Oleski. Back into his offensive end. He'll fire it into the Golden Knights defensive half.
Tommy Tartaglione almost out to center.
Here comes Echeverry. Long range shot. It's blocked. Spaczynski nearly falls and knocks the net to the inboards. Big collision along the boards as Kozlow fires it down. Osterkamp, who has a goal in this game. Not a pretty one, but a goal nonetheless. As he fired it from his own end. It had some eyes. Echeverry drops this one off to Cadiz. Leaves it for Jordan Thomas. Oh, the whistle blows, I believe, Oleski and
DiMartino battling in front of the net. And looks like teams, I don't know if they're keying on PJ, but anytime you can get him off the rink, it's a huge play. And the last time this happened, DiMartino went to the box for coincidental. They got scored on.
He's been grumpy.
We'll stay 4-on-4 here.
Mike Sarda, the referee, talking to the black ice bench. Cadiz finds Travis Pekina. Fires it back into his own end. Chavera leaves it for Jordan Thomas. Now it's Cadiz. Up the floor. Drops it to Chavera. There's a
Good
cut
step
move
there
that
by
didn't work.
Pascali.
But Thomas gets the puck back.
Pascali, great job defending there.
Now it's Pascali on the offensive. Wrist shot. That one goes high and wide. Comes back out front. TNT knocks the net halfway off.
And hugs it to bring it back to the goal line.
Always an adventure when that guy's between the pipes. If you're not entertained by watching him, the only people that aren't entertained are goalie coaches. Which is ironic because he's a goalie coach himself.
That is right.
Former scout for the Regina Pats.
Didn't know that.
Nate Gerger, long feet up ahead. Kraft has some space. He gets knocked down, and TNT probably would have got that poke check on him anyway.
Yeah, because he's another defenseman, I'm telling you.
It's like a slip and slide back there. Junior Cadiz into his offensive end. Oh, into the right corner. Takes a big hit. Cadiz keeps chugging along. That's what Junior typically does. Matt Gerger has it behind the Black Ice net. 11:15 left in the second. 3-2 Black Ice lead. They had 3 goals in the first. They were leading 3-0. A couple of long shots put in by PAMA to get back to within 1 here. Nate Gerger from Matt Gerger. Matt Gerger hanging out behind the net. Picking up the puck is Healy. Tons of speed as he comes up the floor, enters the zone, puts on the brakes, and fires it back into his own end. Now Nate Gerger again. Literally just standing there. As you can see on your screen, he's not even touching the puck. He's just hanging out.
And he's been in the center of your screen the entire time.
Oh, fake pass. Now Pascali. If this place was packed, they'd be booing.
I don't think he'd been back there that long.
Pascali. Falls down, but Healy gets to the puck, tries a backhand move, but the puck skitters away from him. A turnover created by Riffy. Fires it around the boards, hoping for some help from his teammates. Puck comes to Garrett Haar. Eventually, he swings it into the far corner in his defensive zone. Scott Savage on it for PAMA. Pass up the left wing. Garrett Haar into his offensive zone. Slips past Kraft and then fires it around the boards. Scott Savage has it. Long range wrist shot. Pad stop made by Machinsky. The rebound comes in front and Riffy couldn't quite get good wood on it. Kraft stick handles free up the boards. Get around Seamer. Now he turns it back to the red line for Cal Kafuk. And think about this, guys. P.J. DiMartino is still waiting to return back to the game. Cal Kafuk
The only
shot.
bad thing about no whistles when you have one of your best players in the penalty box.
It's like pick your poison here for Black Ice because they love the no whistles because the clock's running. But they hate the no whistles because maybe their best player is sitting in the penalty box. He's literally chomping at the bits to get back out. He's standing up. Oleski's just hanging out in there. PJ is jumping up and down. He wants to get back out there. I think he just looked at Miro and said, let's get a whistle here. Remember yesterday when the two Blakes were in the penalty box in the Roadrunners Liberty game, or sorry, Roadrunners Alkali game. Long range shot. That one goes over top of the net.
Looks like that one might have hit somebody in front of the net. Might have hit Gonzalez that time.
But there's like 8 minutes of nonstop action. A minute 30 penalty turned into about 10-minute misconduct.
Right.
This one's getting there. Echeverry heads up the floor. Puck comes to Osterkamp.
And we've still, even with all the delays, we still had a long break before this game because some of these games just go without any whistles.
Yeah.
PJ's just going to jump out there soon.
Yeah. He might just sneak into the bench. Hope the refs don't notice. Gonzalez cuts towards the front, runs out of space. Chops it towards the front of the goal. Puck comes to the left corner. Tiefenworth battles the puck to Billy Pascale. Now to Nate Gerger. 2-on-2 they enter the zone. Nate Gerger takes a shot, and that one's blocked as TNT and Tiefenworth run into each other.
TNT came all the way out of the net, which was not specifically to stop the shot. He came out to cut off Tiefenworth as well.
He was at the hash marks.
He plays that well.
You're not going to get that call ever, though.
No. He ran interference on Tiefenworth. You're not getting that call.
As much as maybe it should be, but.
And now him and TNT are jabbing at each other.
Here comes Junior Cadiz. Puck comes to Scott Savage. He'll turn back into his own zone. Savage. Still just looking for an opening. Now he sees one. Heads up the floor. Pass to the left side. Garrett Haar back in front for Savage. Shoots. He scores!
Savage gets him 5-hole. And now DiMartino gets to come out of the box.
And it's tied.
Alexi.
Give and go play. Garrett Haar and Scott Savage works to perfection. And we're tied at 3. They've battled all the way back. Another blown lead for Black Ice.
Healy got beat. Coming out, and you can hear from the bench, no, there's no reason to chase behind the net. As you can see, Healy chases behind the net. And that's what starts the rush.
Look at that. Just sneaks it between the legs. Well, this is what you want. You want a close game late.
Absolutely.
And you knew you were going to get that.
Not if you're Black Ice at 3-0.
No, you knew you were going to get that with these two teams, but. I'm going to give the assist to Chavera, but here's DiMartino is out of the penalty box now. Gets a chance. TNT makes the save. Penalty coming here.
Wow, there's a penalty coming up to Black. Oh, Pascale smashes his stick and tosses it, and he is losing it right now. Pascale is losing it right now.
He's out of his mind. It's a $250 tantrum there. He snaps the stick in half. There's a high stick, but I'm not sure who he clipped.
You can see PAMA. I can see them killing the entire time to 1.5 minutes till they get the power play.
Yeah, they don't care about a shootout. They had Eton do it last year. He's on their team now.
Yeah.
They're going to pressure. Or, worst case, you force an odd man rush down low like they did. Seamer shoots, it's blocked. He gets
right, if you're Black Ice, you force it. If they score a goal, you have more time to regroup and tie the game. You have more time to tie the game than allow them to kill the 1.5 minutes and then score late. Then you have no time. So Black Ice did the right thing there in pushing. I know it's probably too far back to go because they killed some time there. That high sticking penalty, I don't know if that's something we can find, but if it's too far, no problem. No, it would be a couple minutes back.
Don't worry about it. We're good.
I didn't say that, but Trefty did. If you can find it, great. If not, don't worry about it.
Jay Muro arguing with the referees right now. Did he call the timeout? Did Muro?
I'm not sure.
If Muro did, he might have did that just to get some more time to bark at the Zebras here.
But they called a high stick.
Somebody clearly got clipped.
On Pascale. And I don't know where the high stick happened.
It was right in front of the net. Remember the puck?
Yeah, I know that, but I'm talking about, I don't know if it was on a defenseman or was it on the goaltender. And that's what I was trying to get the replay for until you told them not to. Thanks, Treft.
You said it'd be hard to find.
Hard to find or not, if we can get it, let's get it. But power play here for PAMA. Against a good shorthanded unit.
Kevin Dwyer says Black Ice is going to kill it, and Pascali's going to score when he gets out of the box. And if he does, he's going to sell so hard it might break another stick.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if that happened.
I'm surprised he didn't get an extra for breaking a stick and then throwing it.
Usually that's 10.
Cadiz works the goal line. Out to Savage. He'll shoot. Pad stop by Machinsky. You know he wants to bail out Pascali. Savage out high.
No panic in Black Ice.
To Cadiz. To
Good
Chavera.
stick there from Kraft.
Cadiz. Fires it off the board. Scott Savage. To Cadiz. Back to Savage. Near side. Chavera.
Good
Tried
stick by
Cadiz.
Kraft. Desperation stick. 28 seconds left to kill here.
Remember, these power plays happen so quick at 1:30. Face off one. Chavera. Over for Savage. One-timer goes high and wide.
Gerger's racing after it. Savage gets there. Gerger's still pressing, but he's got to get out now.
Cadiz. Over to Chavera. Now to Savage.
And he gets back, and Kraft has a chance.
He's caught from behind.
Oh.
Dangles the front of the net. Loses footing.
Yeah.
Black Ice,
That's
know they
not
wanted
a
to call.
You're not going to get that. They did get the kill, and Billy's out of there.
Chavera shoots. He just missed it.
Great kill from Black Ice.
2:45 left. Man, buckle your seatbelts. You know this is going to be a great finish. Cadiz in, shoots. Machinsky permits that one.
2.5
glove.
left. Trapped it, tied at 3.
Shots are 13-10 in favor of PAMA.
So Dwyer was half right so far. They got the big kill. Does Pascali get the game winner? Timeout this time, Black Ice. The first timeout was PAMA.
Both benches very composed right now.
Yeah, I think there's so much experience here, so many smart players here that I don't think, and I hate predicting this, but I just think you're going to see another slow-paced possession type feel, and you're going to get an odd man rush that doesn't work at one end, and it comes back to haunt that team. That's usually what's been happening in these games.
I mean, if you're either team, do you play for the shootout, hope for the best?
I don't know. I mean, PAMA has 3 points right now. A 4th point would basically guarantee them a playoff spot. How many points does Black Ice have? 5?
2. They won in a shootout and lost
to Mudcats, so they've got 2. So a shootout win for Black Ice would mean both teams have 4.
Yeah. I don't know what each coach is thinking.
Yeah. Both teams would have 4 with 1 game left still. Liberty, if they were to win their next game, would have 4 and be done.
Who's rink they're playing you?
Yes.
And who do you play in the second game?
Black Ice.
Tonight. Okay.
The last game of the night.
So it's all about how Black Ice thinks of you guys. If they think it's going to be a really tough game, Maybe they try to win in regulation. Thomas with 1:55 left in the second period. Sets it behind the net. Puck sent back to Junior Cadiz. Cadiz sees something wrong with the tile. He tells the referee about it. He's like, I'm going to skate around. You go fix this.
He's picking up some pieces that came up, about 6 of them. So again, like I said, Trev, it'll be all possession here. One team doesn't want to make that big mistake.
Last minute. Garrett Hart comes out from behind the net and goes right back behind. Maybe they're looking for last shot here.
I don't see why not. But they can't go too early, because if they mess it up, Black Ice is coming back and can be lethal on that transition game. Black Ice presses a little bit more every time.
Now here comes PAMA. Just I say that, Garrett Hart goes back behind the net.
They should go with about 10 seconds left if they're going for last shot. Just in case there's a turnover deep in the zone, Black Ice has no time to come back with it. And with 10 seconds left, they're not going to go again.
They're not even going to chance it.
Nope.
Well, they'll take a last second one, but.
So they played for the shootout.
Well, they pretty much clinched a playoff spot for all intents and purposes. So
Yeah.
Liberty can't get 4.
They can.
Oh, they can't get 4. You're right.
Win is 3 points, but they have that head-to-head
Yeah.
over Liberty. And so does Black Ice.
So do you agree with that? Playing for a shootout there?
I mean, here's the thing.
If you're the coach, same situation, what would you do?
The winner of this, no matter what, guarantees himself a playoff spot.
Yeah.
Because the winner will have 5 points. Liberty can only get 4.
Yeah.
The loser will have 4. So this tie eliminates Liberty.
Yes.
Because the loser, even if Liberty wins, will have 4 points, but head-to-head against Liberty. But Mudcats only have 3 points so far, right? Is that right?
Say that again?
Mudcats only have 3 points so far, right?
Yes. Here's the first chance, and Kraft shoots and scores. He goes 5-hole and gives Black Ice the early advantage. It's always tough to shoot on Tartaglione in a shootout because you never know what he's going to do.
Which effectively also means if we win, Evius Rinkrat wins our next game against Liberty, they've clinched the #1 seed.
Yes. Here comes Eton. Down the left wing side, fakes the shot. Now he tries to go 5-hole. Machinsky gets the pad on it. It's Black Ice wanted to shoot out their first game, which gives them 2. They already have a point here. They have 3. If they win this, it gives them 4.
And the most they can get is 7.
So if Black Ice wins in the shootout, they're going to tie PAMA with 4 points. Because PAMA has a regulation win.
Because the Black Ice win was
sorry.
against Liberty in a
regulation
shootout.
win.
Yes.
Yep. Here's Cal Kafuk. He has a lot up his sleeve. He also likes to shoot blocker. See what he does. He's in, he shoots blocker, and he scores. My prognostication comes to fruition, and Cal Kafuk
So the winner of this one does clinch a spot.
gives them a 1.
Because they would have defeated both
2-goal
teams.
advantage.
Both teams that would have been tied with 4.
Now here's Junior Cadiz. He must score to keep PAMA's chances in this game alive, and it's stopped by Machinsky. Black Ice wins. Well, PAMA played for the shootout, and they end up losing.
So Black Ice gives up the 3-0 lead but wins it in a shootout. Wow.
So both teams now have 4 points in the standings.